All right, let's dive into something pretty profound today. We're going to explore what might just be the secret of the spirit world.
It's a question that probably hits all of us at some point, right? Is this it? Is this one life, this single journey from start to finish, the whole story? Or could it be that we're part of something much, much bigger, a continuous cycle? That's the idea we're going to dig into.
And look, this idea of coming back, it's not some new age thing. It's ancient. We're talking millennia. Think about the ancient Egyptians. They built those incredible pyramids, all with the idea that the soul would return. Or the ancient Greeks, where you had brilliant philosophers debating this very concept. And fast forward to today, you've even got some therapists using past life therapy to help people. So this isn't some fringe belief. It's woven deep into the fabric of the human story.
So, let's get to the heart of it. What's the core idea behind this cycle of souls? Well, it's all built on a really fascinating premise, the idea that we're here to improve, not just in one life, but across many.
So according to this way of thinking, the life you're living right now, it's not an accident. The idea is that before you were even born, your soul actually planned its life. It shows the specific challenges and big themes it would face. It's kind of like signing up for classes before a new school year starts. Every single struggle, every tough relationship, it's a lesson you picked out for yourself, all for the sake of your own growth.
And the engine driving this whole cosmic curriculum, it's a word we all know, karma. But here's the thing. Most of us have got it completely backward. We think it's about punishment, but it's not. It's all about learning.
This is so crucial to get. Karma isn't a penalty. Think of it like this. It's the spiritual homework you didn't quite finish last time around. It's all those unresolved lessons, those patterns you keep falling into. You just carry them over to the next life to get another crack at finally understanding them.
And that changes everything, doesn't it? We're so used to thinking of karma as this simple tit-for-tat thing. You do bad, you get bad. But this perspective flips that on its head. It sees karma as a deeply compassionate system. It's not about revenge at all. It's about resolution. It's like the universe is saying, hey, you struggled with this subject before, so here's an open book test. You can do it this time.
Okay, so how does the soul actually do this homework? How do we learn these lessons? Well, this teaching lays out two main ways, two big karmic tests that life throws our way.
The first way is pretty straightforward, repetition. You basically get put in a similar situation to one you messed up in the past. It's a do-over, a second chance to make a better, more conscious choice. Then there's the second path, role reversal. And this is where the really deep learning happens, because you get to experience life from the other side of the coin, from the perspective of someone you might have hurt.
Here's a powerful example of that second path in action. Imagine someone who, in a past life, was a cruel oppressor, maybe a slave owner or part of some brutal regime. They might actually choose to be reborn into the very group they once tormented. And again, the point isn't punishment, not at all. The purpose is to gain this profound, soul-deep understanding, the kind you can only get by literally walking a mile in someone else's shoes.
But here's a really interesting twist. It's not just about what you do. In fact, according to this teaching, your actions are actually secondary. What really truly matters, what decides your destination in the spirit world, is the state of your heart. It's the internal world you've been building your entire life.
I mean, this is the bottom line right here. In the spirit world, nobody cares about your job title. Your bank account means nothing. All those external things we chase after, they're just left behind. The only thing you carry with you is the purity of your heart.
And get this for a story. There was a prime minister, right? A powerful guy who did a lot of good for his country after a war. You'd think he'd be in a good place, right? Nope. He ended up in a hell realm. And the reason? His heart was just constantly filled with anger. Always agitated, always lashing out. In the end, all his amazing external achievements couldn't save him from the turmoil he carried inside.
So if the state of our heart is the whole game, then what are the things that mess it up? What are the biggest obstacles? Well, these teachings point to 5 core negative mindsets. They call them the inner poisons. And these 5 poisons, they're seen as the root cause of basically all our suffering. If we let them run wild, they're the things that steer our souls away from peace and right into a whole lot of turmoil. So let's break them down.
Okay, so number 1 is greed. That feeling of just never having enough. Doesn't matter if it's money or status or that one more thing you have to buy online. Number 2, anger. You know this one. It can be that quiet, simmering resentment or just full-blown rage, that fire that just burns you up inside.
Third is ignorance. And this isn't about book smarts. It's about being blind to the way things really are. Then you've got arrogance, the classic ego trap that whispers in your ear that you're better than everyone else. And finally, number 5 is doubt. Not healthy skepticism, but that corrosive kind of doubt that just dismisses any possibility of spiritual truth.
All right, I know that sounds like a lot, maybe even a little heavy. But here's the good news. The most powerful part of this whole idea isn't about looking back at your mistakes. It's about what you can do right now. It's about taking back your power. And this is maybe the most important thing to hear. You cannot change the past. You can't go back and fix old mistakes. That part of the story is written. But your future? That's a different story. It is absolutely not set in stone. Your future is being written by you, with every choice you make, starting right now. And the really cool thing is, for every single one of those poisons, there's a direct antidote. If you're struggling with greed, the answer is contentment. For anger, you cultivate peace. The antidote to ignorance is wisdom. For arrogance, it's humility. And to counter that corrosive doubt, you nurture faith. It's a really clear, practical roadmap.
But look, this isn't about being perfect or extreme. There's this great story about a guy named Sona who was trying so hard to be spiritual, his feet were literally bleeding, but he wasn't getting anywhere. His teacher, who used to be a musician, gave him the perfect analogy. He said a string on an instrument can't be too tight or it'll snap, and it can't be too loose or it makes no sound. It has to be just right, balanced. And that's the path. It's the middle way.
So the whole path forward really boils down to 3 simple steps. Think of it like you're tending to the garden of your heart. First, you've got to pull out the weeds. You identify those 5 poisons and start uprooting them. Step 2, stop planting new weeds. You become more mindful of your thoughts and actions. And finally, step 3, you start planting good seeds, the antidotes, and you water them, you nurture them, and you watch them grow.
And when you see it like this, the whole idea of reincarnation completely changes. It stops being this scary, endless cycle of suffering and becomes, well, a system of incredible love and compassion. It's a gift of infinite second chances. It's like the universe is constantly whispering, hey, it's okay, you messed up, try again. You've got all the time in the world to learn this. I believe in you.
So that leaves us with one final big question to take with you. If this is all true, if your life really is a curriculum that you chose, what's the one lesson your soul is really here to learn this time around?